Um, you are welcome to my page this morning. The mind also look so rough. Supposed to go have a nice haircut today. Yeah. What we'll be talking about today is critically on your emotions. General teaching, no single topic though. But we going to talk to now general teaching and understanding. Okay. My page is practically what I do on my page is I kind of build people emotionally, okay, and teach you things that you should know and what you should watch out for. I'm not a relationship expert. I've not been married, so I don't know what it feels like to be married. But I also have been in different relationships, which I know it's not enough, for me to kind of say some things that I say, but I'm only saying it so that we can know what we watch out for. Because we learn every day, we learn, relearn, and unlearn. So all these things kind of gives us an avenue to kind of be the best of our kind. For instance, people fall in love. Yeah, people fall in love most times, and they don't actually study what they're getting themselves into. And you see a lot of complaints coming in. I get a lot of people. Some people DM me with their issues, bothering them. Sometimes it can actually be relationship wise. Sometimes it can actually be societal wise, and the other way around. But what we stand to do is we sit and see how we can actually be of help. I will tell you that what I'm telling you is not for you to act the same way that I'm telling you, but rather develop develop and build yourself in your own way that works for you. Because what actually works for me in my relationship or lifestyle might not actually work for you because we are different beings. You get? So as life goes on, you keep learning. Like I said, you learn, unlearn, and relearn. Those stages of life actually, makes you a better person or a better version of yourself. Like I was in a life and I was kind of telling the person something. I was like, if you are in a relationship with someone, you know what you like. If you want to go into a relationship with someone, you actually know what you're looking out for. Okay, if you like, I am Henry, and you want to go into a relationship with me as Mr. Henry, you know what you want. And if you're coming to meet me, Mr. Henry, and I do not have those values, those morals that actually makes you who you are, do you still need to be with me? What is the worth of giving me those things when you actually know that I do not have those things that you want in a relationship? And the other part is, I know a lot of people will be like, Henry, why don't you give the person time to kind of learn more about who you are, and maybe the person can change, yeah? If you have the avenue and the time to do those things. I know they say patience is virtue, but if you do not have it, my brother or sister, you can actually walk away on time. There's this thing, the other part that is also going on, especially those of my families or friends that are abroad, will be like, Henry, this person wants me because of my money. Henry, this person wants me because of what I have to offer. Yeah. If you know what you want in a relationship, you should also know what you're going to attract. If you know what you want in a relationship, and and societal wise, good morning to my senior man. Senior man, I would love to bring you up. Oh, so societal wise, and you know what you want in a relationship, your environment might actually attract opposite of what you want, in the sense that you are in somewhere in the world or in the western world, and your society. Good morning, sir. Good morning, bro.
How far?
I don't I know. So, and you're somewhere in the western world and your society is well organized. You should know that if you're coming to Nigeria, or if somebody in Nigeria actually say that they are interested in you, two things is involved. Is either this person loves you because they want to be with you, or this person loves you because they want to escape poverty. They want to escape poverty in the sense that you need to kind of evaluate and discern what this person wants from you. Because one, there's a lot of, there are so many disadvantage for that person being here in Nigeria. So Always, if you want to fall into, if you want to go into relationship, go with your brain. Don't just fall in love because you want to fall in love for falling in love sake. Rather, study this very person. Like, how can you tell me that you're going into a relationship and you do not study who you want to be with? But you go to university and you study course for 4 years, 6 years, and 8 years, and you come out and become a professor of what, or or BSc or master degree holder in what you went to university to study. Then how comes you neglect your emotional, like your emotions, which is the one of the most important part of your life? Because when you're down emotionally, you cannot build yourself to a certain degree. So most times, we actually neglect all this part of our life, and which result in so many ways, destabilizes us and makes us think that all men are scum or all women are cheaters. And the other way around, it makes us, some people in Nigeria, they'll be like, any woman where you see, now my money she want. They will tell you money for hand, back for ground. So we need to kind of change our mindset, relearn. Like I said, it's always good for us to relearn, unlearn. That's the way of life. Big bro, good morning. How you doing now? So what do you have to say about this emotional? We're talking about today is about generally emotions, how it affect
Yeah,
our life and all that.
yeah, I hear you. So that is one thing that, just like you said, a lot of people go to school, they will go and study all of these courses, but the one thing that they never really do is a lot of them never, study their own emotions to even start with. And that's the thing that we see today. A lot of people consider themselves adults who cannot control their emotions. And that's why I tell people, I ask them, what do you think is the difference between an adult and a child? A child acts on impulse. An adult should be able to control their emotions. So a child is going to act as a child, on impulse just because there's no control. Hey, May, my lover, how are you? That's my goddess right there, right? That's what a child is all about. A child does not have any sense of logic or true reasoning, impulse. Well, the funny thing is, there's not a lot of emphasis on this in our community, and that's why we have people who are supposed to be adults who have no control over what their emotions are. We have adults who think that being explosive with their emotions is what it means to be an adult. They actually think that being an adult is being able to do whatever the fuck it is that they want. Yes, it is, but there's also a part of adulthood that has to do with control, controlling your emotions, controlling how you feel, and being able to use true reasoning and logic to go about things, right? And not just emotions. Emotions are very valuable and very important, right? They're needed for us to be able to feel certain things. But what we find in our community today is everybody's going by everything just solely on emotion. There's not a lot of logic and true reasoning to that. What do I mean by that? Your emotion is you like this guy just because of how he looks, right? But you know that he's not good for you. You should pull out, right? Emotions will be, oh, I'll stay with him even though he's slapping the shit out of me. Logic is somebody slapping the shit out of me would eventually maybe kill me something and you leave, right? But unfortunately, a lot of people would stay in these situations and then complain. A lot of people are going to stay in these situations and then even when you tell them that you need to get out of it, but there's something else that they're getting from that relationship, it becomes very difficult for them to detach, right? So that's the thing. We have to, as adults, if we call ourselves adults, get to the point where we can control our emotions. And I always tell people, you cannot control your emotions if you don't have autonomy of thought and reason. That's one thing. You see, there's a lot of people out here calling themselves adults who cannot make decisions by themselves. There's a lot of people out here calling themselves adults who cannot make any conclusion about anything without somebody suggesting a conclusion to them. If you show somebody, some people videos right now, you show them a picture or something, they have to go into the comment section to go and see what other people have said before they can make conclusions about it. A lot of them cannot look at something and actually think and make a decision about that, and they call themselves adults. And these people call themselves functioning entities. No, you can't call yourself a functioning entity or call yourself an adult if you're not able to deductively make decisions by yourself without anybody suggesting, without any external force suggesting some answer to you. or something to you. Do you see what I'm trying to say? But the reality is that's not the case these days. Everybody just, needs somebody to tell them something. Somebody has to suggest to them how they even reason about everything that is around them. And when I say autonomy of thought, I'm talking about you are financially independent, you are emotionally independent, you are mentally independent. In every way, you are independent. A lot of people have not found independence in a lot of the ramifications of their lives, but they want to talk about being adults. You can't be an adult if you are not independent, especially mentally, psychologically, physically, even emotionally, and also religiously. You have to be autonomous in your thought process. You have to be able to deductively make conclusions without anybody suggesting anything to you. You have to reason. You have to be that person that you are the only one that decides what you want, what you don't want, what you do, what you don't do, and all of those kind of things. You see what I'm trying to say? So, um, it's not difficult, but it's not something that we have been taught. So a lot of people don't even know how to go about that in the first place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was telling someone, I was like, there are so many things that we do that are so wrong. We all, like I said earlier, we always neglect our emotions, which is one of the key parts of our life that we always don't even think about. You are in love with someone. You allow your emotions to overcloud your sense of judgment. I was like in the army, I cannot like in the army, I can maybe I was going out with my colleagues and the person got shot in a public place where there are civilians. We have what we call rules of engagement. I do not just start shooting civilians because there was a shot that came out from that place. What do? We conduct the whole environment and try to select and know who did it. Okay. Now,
Yes.
I will not I will not unleash my anger on the civilians because they are not the one that did it. Rather, the person did it and he hid within. So how comes that you're coming to me because you saw my pictures and you like what you're looking at, and you're coming to me with that perception that I love this guy. Now you are allowing your emotions to overcloud your sense of judgment. You're coming to me with all my flaws. I can actually call you on the phone and be like, have you lost your mind? Why haven't you been picking my calls? Are you this? And I will start using abusive words on you. You cannot, like, you see it as love. This man is just trying to check up on me. This man really loves me. Thereby allowing your emotions to overcloud your sense of judgment. But if you kind of study this very person and you study the person and know what you're getting yourself into, if I start using those words, you'll be like, babe, please do not use those words on me again. I am sorry about what happened, but you should have waited for me to explain to you what happened or why I didn't pick those calls. Please do not use those abusive words on me again. Now, what have you done? You've ended up checkmating this man and letting him know that he should never allow his emotions to overcloud his sense of judgment. You've also known that this man can be violent to a certain degree. Now you've checked his excessive use of power and force and all that, which helps you and makes you a better person. So these days we kind of allow our emotions to overcloud our sense of judgment, making us to fall into wrong hands, you know, ignoring the red flags that we should actually look out for in a relationship or in a man or a woman. For instance, me, if I meet you for the first time and you are a woman and I'm asking you out on a date, I actually know what I want. If I ask you questions and you do not have those things that I want, I should be able to walk away. Because one, I am not allowing my emotions that I need a woman in my life to overcloud my sense of judgment. It also comes in the other way around. You see people now, they want to escape poverty. They don't care about how they get it done. Fall in love with this very man, and they'll fall in love with this very man. Within a short period of time, the relationship will not hold water. You see, they're falling apart, thereby causing divorce and breakages of home. Sometimes you see they tell you gender violence. Sometimes they tell you it's marital issues. Like I have a case that just came up. about a man that got married to a lady when she got out of secondary school. This man was maltreating this lady, and they kind of have kids. They have about 3 kids now, and this man just disappeared. Stop, they care about the kids. He doesn't care. He doesn't do nothing. Now, I am not going to start judging the man if I want to kind of dig into the case. Because now, if I want to dig into the case, I'm not going to judge the man because something must have led this man to walk away from his responsibilities. Now, before this man can be able to walk away, what were those red flags that you captured or that she captured when they were dating? How did you allow your emotions to overcloud your sense of judgment? It's commonly
Yeah.
found in Africa. It's commonly found in Africa, and it's one of the dangers. It's one of the reasons why we have, divorce cases and and marital issues rising up every day. So the floor is open for you.
Yeah. So with all this kind of with some of the things that you have described, right? Another thing that is important to note is that people are always constantly changing. And are you guys willing to change together or not? That's going to be the question.
We lost him, and I pray he comes back. I think maybe he has a call or something happened. Okay, I think he's still here. Let me send him a request. So, let's kind of learn how to, be the best of our kind and stop letting our emotions overcloud our sense of judgment. Let's be the best of our kind because a lot of issues are rising up every day. And if you listen to them, it's mind blowing. And if you listen to some, it can actually make you not to, like you never wish to be in a relationship no more. If you see how things are going up, if you see, like I was reading one that about a guy that dropped his girlfriend off. She was traveling for something at a village. The guy did not know that this girl was actually going home for a traditional wedding. This is somebody you love. This is somebody you want to be with. So please, let's learn how to not allow our emotions overcloud our sense of judgment. With that way, we can actually be the best of our kind. We can go far in how we evaluate on how we deal with each other on a daily basis. So I know, like my brother said, change is constant. And he said that one of the things is, are you willing to change with this very person? You should also know what you're getting yourself into. Like you're getting to university, you know that definitely when you are in year one, what are you expecting? There are courses that you're supposed to attend. And when you are in year two, when you are getting to year two, what do you know? What are you expecting? You know that there is a different course that you're going to take, even if it might actually sound like the same, but different topics that you're going to take, which will prepare you for the stage that you're getting yourself into. So therefore, if you're getting into a relationship or something with someone, you should also know that change is constant. If this person changes, what am I expecting this person to change like? Okay, this person that is going to change, for instance, I might be in the army today and I'm acting different way because I'm in the army. You should be able to discern and judge things that might actually come up from me when I'm not in the army. Is it the army that is actually keeping me the place that I am, that I will not overreact to some things? Or if I actually leave the army, am I going to act in a different way? You should also look at me now. If I'm in the army, I'm bestowed with power, right? Am I using what I have judiciously, or am I allowing, because the power to overcloud my sense of judgment? So we just want to like have a very topic today, just going to be a very short one, and we are going to save it. So please, if you are coming up, you should know that whatever we're sharing today, we are going to save it, and it's going just for like 30 minutes or few or thereabouts. Good morning to you, my dear. And how are you doing this morning?
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah. So how are you doing? So what is your take on our topic tonight or this morning?
I'm trying to know what the topic is about. I feel I don't really know.
Uh, okay, what we're talking about today is emotions. How do you control your emotions? Why you should and reasons why you should never allow your emotions to overcloud your sense of judgment.
Okay. On relationship.
Relationships and otherwise. So I gave an example like in the army, we have what is called rules of engagement. Even if my colleague is shot down and he's bleeding and he's dying, I cannot allow my emotions by allow my anger to overcloud my sense of judgment, thereby shooting at civilians, which is what is called rules of engagement. So if such a thing can actually happen, how comes that we cannot evaluate it and fix it up when we are getting into relationships or marriages?
You know, it's. I
Thereby,
think. Yeah.
now go ahead, my dear. I just have like 10 minutes left. So go ahead.
I feel like the topic is a bit broad. So, and you know, you're dealing with individual and people individually. So
Mhm,
everybody have a way they react to things, and people choose to do the things they do because of the way they are.
mhm,
In the aspect of relationship, a lot of reasons. People go into relationship for several reasons. Some go because they want to, they feel like getting married will give them freedom, like they just want to be alone with their husband and then be able to cut ties with family and just be married to somebody so they can be doing their thing, right? Why some they just probably feel like they've been alone for too long, so they see you as the perfect match and then they follow suit and all that. So it's just individual choice. Meanwhile, the emotional thing is is a serious matter. Someone like me now, I used to actually, but not anymore, and it has shaped my mindset. Now I'm too selective now to the point where I feel like some people are no longer capable of doing what you want them to do because sometimes the way you reason is totally different from the way someone else's does. And as we grow old, our sense of reasoning, our level of tolerance also diminishes. And at the end of the day, you end up being alone because you cannot handle human beings generally. So it's a serious matter.
okay, that is why I said you should never allow your emotions to overcloud your sense of judgment. Now,
Yeah.
you know what you want in a man. You actually, please mute yourselves. You actually know what you want in a man, and you know what you are going to get. If you want something in a man, and this man is coming to you, I think you should make it clear to him that this is what I want in a man. And if you want a man, do not be desperate that you want a man, because if you are desperate, now let me tell you, people that are vulnerable to emotional damage, someone that just came out of heartbreak, okay, she's vulnerable to anything that might actually happen because one, she'll be looking for comfort. Okay, now somebody that needs to get married, she's vulnerable. Now her emotions is going to overcloud her sense of judgment in the sense that she needs a man to be with. She needs to get married. There's pressures coming from home and all that. So she needs to get married. So therefore, if she's coming to a man, no matter what the man might actually treat her, if she's not strong to not allow her emotions to overcloud her sense of judgment, she might not be able to point out those red flags that might actually break her home when she gets in.
No, I don't think so.
Because
A woman that sorry,
go ahead.
a woman that is out of a relationship, I think she is more cautious and careful into going another relationship. Don't you think so?
If she's heartbroken, immediately she's heartbroken, she's vulnerable.
It's
Because
the
one,
person that she's getting involved with that is that is in
listen,
trouble. You don't know.
no, she's vulnerable. Listen, like I said, she's vulnerable. She can get into anybody and the whole thing will still not work. That's why I say she's vulnerable. Her heart is open. For that point, that stuff happened. She needs someone to comfort her. So if you're coming in, she's vulnerable. She can actually accept you. You can be the one to kind of to kind of caution her and put her in a better space. But she's vulnerable at that point, except when she knows that I will never allow my emotions to overcloud my sense of judgment. Thereby, if any man is coming into my life again, I need to evaluate and know what this man is made of. Okay, guys, we have we have a few minutes left. Okay, the next lady, guys, we have a good morning to you, my dear. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I don't think this topic we can't rush this topic, so probably maybe next time. Because if I
Okay,
study, I
now the
want to
topic is
finish
going
my
to be.
book probably next time.
No. Don't worry. I think why we kind of trying to rush it a little bit is that we're actually going to have another section of it in the evening. But for right now, we just want to
How
kind of
many
say
minutes?
something.
How many minutes have you got left?
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, my dear. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Then. Okay. Um, are we looking at emotions just on a higher note, or we want to take it from the grassroots? Because I love to take things from the grassroots, so that
Okay, my dear.
we
Take it
can
from the grassroots so that take it from the grassroots so that it can be evaluated and people can
evaluate
it
it.
can be to a certain standard so that people can actually understand it.
Thank you.
Because it goes
Am
with
I
different
am I
perceptions.
am I echoing so that some people can mute so that I don't echo back, please?
Okay, please, everybody mute yourselves, including me. I'm going to mute myself now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my dear.
Right. Okay. If we're looking at emotion itself, you and I know that the part of the world that we come from, we are not allowed to exhibit emotions. You and I know that. Where we were born, the parents that that we came from doesn't allow us to exhibit emotions. As a boy child in African home, you and I know that if you cry, they go ask you, say, you be boy, why they cry? Not do that, that a man of, and those things matters in one's life. Trust me. It matters in one's life. It matters when you go, because those are the things that you're going to become when you grow up. It will be part and parcels of you when you grow up. As a woman, in Africa, as a girl child in Africa, you and I know that they will tell you, husband house, you have to be patient to anything that you see. You understand? Sometimes you don't question your husband. You have to be patient because men are this, men are that, men are that. As long as he's taking care of the home, bringing money, doing this, just turn a blind eye to whatever you see. That's the national anthem when it comes to it. So tell me, if we want to look at it, emotions, we are not allowed to exhibit our emotions, to even express ourselves. Do you want to talk about whereby I want to become a lawyer and my parents want me to become a doctor? They don't give me the reason for me to become a doctor. They don't give me the reasons. If I can't question my parents back then, you and I know that even up to now, some of us cannot question our parents. If they say, okay, Mr. So, you cannot do that, that will be it. You cannot question them that dad, why don't you want me to be this? Why don't you want me to do that? What is the reasons behind your saying, you telling me that I cannot do this, I cannot do that? You get what I'm trying to say? Now, let's flip it back to husband and wife, whereby you are not allowed to exhibit your emotions, whereby you are not allowed to even sit down and have adult conversation without bringing emotions to it. Humanity is different. Let's not get things twisted here. Being humanity is different. It's totally different from being emotional. You understand? Let's call a spade and not bring emotion, attach it. You understand? If Mr. A does something wrong, just because of say we are Nigerians, they will say, you not get emotions. Why you the chastise person where they ground already? No, that's you being emotional. You understand? You're bringing emotions to it. Let's tell Mr. A, what you've done is wrong. Accountability. You understand? That you and I know, say, we not get them. We're just learning. We are just learning. We might sugarcoat it from now till tomorrow. You and I know that we don't have it. We're wearing thoughts. And it's what you don't have. You cannot give. I keep saying to people, the only thing you understand we can do, like Mr. Savage say, we can unlearn and relearn all those things. Try and see where we've gotten it wrong, that it doesn't work in this present age. Like Mr. Savage said earlier on, he said, If I am growing in a relationship and my spouse is not growing with me, there will come a time that I will outgrow my spouse. Now you will not bring emotions that this, that, this, that. But no, we've outgrown one another. You understand? So we can go on and on about this topic. If we do not clarify it from the basic, from the grassroots, we'll still come back here 2 years' time to still be discussing this topic again. I rest my case for now.
Thank you so much for what you just said, and God bless you. Please follow my page for evening, because we are going to have a live section in the evening, and it comes maybe between 10 or 11 or thereabouts. That's the next section that we're going to have. Okay, let me hear from Mr. My brother here, Debere. Debere, are you there? Can you hear us? What's your contribution to the topic?
Henry.
Yeah, what's your contribution to the topic here? What's your contribution to the topic?
Is it me you're talking to me?
Yes, sir. Yeah. What's your contribution?
My name is not Ebere now. My name is Merije. You didn't see my name there. You're calling Ebere.
That's okay, Merije. No verse, I beg. All of them are still Merije. All of them same.
No, it's not the same now.
Okay. Pardon me, please. So yeah, the floor is open. It's like you are in a noisy place. Are you on the road?
Yeah, I'm gonna rejoin you guys. Yeah.
Okay. What happened is we are going to have another section of this very program in the evening, and it's going to be more broad in the evening. We are going to come prepared. The topic is emotions. How does emotions affect our general life or perception on what we do? That is the topic. So go out there, study more about the topic, so that when we come back in the evening, we all have some things to say and how we can actually, make things work. Because now when you look at the way things are going, I kind of find out that, we don't talk about emotions. When you start talking about emotions, some people will be like, you are not worthy to speak about it because maybe you're not married or you don't have a child yet. So, and all these things damages our society and makes people cruel and makes people think in different ways. So it's actually one of the reasons why we kind of brought it up this afternoon, because I was really boiling that I have to kind of much for joining this very short program of ours, and I hope to see you guys in the evening. I still remain your boy Henry. God bless you all.